Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be trying out the new Morphe x Jeffree Star collection. I think this is the part 2 one because I believe in the first one it was just the brushes and the sponges. Then he released this palette and again the brushes and the sponges, but I think he added more brushes. Not really sure, but I think that's what it is. So I got this palette. It was $35, but I used Jeffree Star's discount code, which is JStar at Morphe. I bought this in store, not online because I didn't want to pay for shipping. But this is what it looks like. It's really big. It's got a giant mirror, and I think this is a good size for travel because this has about the same shades as my James Charles palette, and there is a complete size difference. I think this one has 30 shades or 30. I'm not quite sure. This actually has 40 shades, I think. 8 times 5 is 40. So this is 30. So it's just a little smaller. But I prefer this size better just for travel. But whatever. That's just my own opinion. So this is the palette that's going to be featured today. Mine is kind of... Actually, no. It wasn't the package. Sorry about that. My box was a little... Yeah, I already unboxed it. But my box was a little scratched up only because I put this on hold because I didn't know how many they were going to have. So I just put it on hold. I thought it was the palette, but no, like they can't open it. It was the box. So sorry for that. So without me rambling, let's just get right into the video. So first I'm going to start off with primer. And I always use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Actually, you know what? Because I don't know how the shadows are going to preform, I'm going to do my shadow first. And then... No. I'll do it how I normally do it. Because that's how I normally do it. And if there's fallout, we'll just brush it away or whatever. So... Sorry for that little confusion. I'm going to do my base first, like I normally do. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Sorry, I had to fix my ear. So I'm just blending that in. I just reorganized my makeup drawer. So as I use products, I'm going to try... Ow, I kicked my trash can. I'm going to try to put the products away after I use them, so they're not all just clustered on my desk, because I have that problem, and then I just don't clean it up for some reason. So if you hear that, it's me opening and closing drawers. Okay, so next up is foundation. And I use the Tarte Found Sealer, the multitasking foundation. I'm in the shade 22 Light Beige. Just gonna shake it up a little. I love that show. Comment down below if you ever watched the show Shake It Up. So I just did about like 2 squirts, maybe 1.5. Ish, give or take. Ooh. So I'm just going to just put it on and then just blend it in and blend down the neck. I've recently been obsessed with TikTok, or what it used to be called Musical.ly, and I just made some new ones today before I went to the mall. Because I got this palette yesterday And today I went to the mall and I got some stuff for my baby cousin. So I got him a couple of shirts, and just because he's literally like 3 months old now and I haven't met him yet, so when I do, I just got him a couple cute shirts. And then I got a body wash from Bath and Body Works because it was on sale, and it was like 10 fluid ounces for like $7, and I was like, I think that's a pretty good price. So I kind of just snatched it up, and I bought my mom a shirt because my mom literally used to buy us everything before I started having all my own money. So I just bought her a little shirt from H&M that she's been wanting for a while, and she was like, oh, I don't have the money for it, I don't have the money for it, I don't have the money for it. And I was like, Mom, you've been saying you wanted the shirt for 3 weeks now, like, I'll just get it for you. And she's like, no, you don't have to do that. And I was like, are you sure? Because I'll buy it for you. And she's like, no, you don't have to, it's fine. And I was like, are you sure? And she goes, no, but let's just go. And I said, no, Mom, go back and get it. So I just bought her the shirt she wanted. And that made me feel good that I like was able to do that for her. Oh, I'm just rambling. So I used the ColourPop concealer in the shade Light 18, and I just put that on the high points of my face. So under my eyes, bridge of my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, and chin. But yeah, my mom's reaction was the cutest. She got like this little red like turtleneck for work. And I just thought it was the cutest thing, and it just made me so happy that, because she's literally been wanting that shirt for like 3 weeks now, and every time we pass it, she's like, there's the shirt I want, there's my shirt. She would always call it my shirt, and I bought it for her, and she just lit up, and then she just kept saying, thank you, like she wouldn't stop thanking me. Like we got home, and for 20 minutes afterwards, she was like, thank you, and I was, she's so cute. I love my mom. She doesn't watch my YouTube videos, I know that. And she doesn't have time. I was talking about TikTok, and then I started talking about it. So while I was walking to the mall, I made some TikToks. And it's like the new Chris Brown song, I don't wanna play no game, or whatever the song is. But I did a TikTok to that song. Yeah, that was my. So I'm just going to set that with my Fit Me Set and Smooth powder. I know I use a lot of Morphe products, and like I'm obviously not sponsored by Morphe, but I wish. So if you guys want to tweet this video at Morphe, I'm kidding, but like I'm really not, because I love Morphe so much. I have a lot of their products. I have like a highlight, a bronzer, I have a couple of their palettes. I have like maybe 4 of their palettes. I have the 35O, the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill, the Jeffree Star one, and then Morphe X James Joss. Yeah, so I have like 4 Morphe palettes that I bought with my own money. And I have a bronzer that I always use, you guys know that, and then a highlight that I sometimes wear. So I'm going to bronze now with said Morphe bronzer. It's just the single bronzer. It's in the shade Debutante. Holy Grail bronzer. So I'm going to start using the brush I used to contour my nose, just for my normal bronzer, because I don't know, I just feel like it's small, so it's more defined, so I just don't have a massive amount of product. See, that look really good, because I feel like the bigger brush, like it does make it look airbrush, but sometimes it just displays too much product, if that makes sense. I don't know what they're yelling about. I think it's my lighting, but there's like a shadow over here. So it looks like I don't put makeup on the side, but I do. So it's just really weird. I'm just gonna contour like under my lip, and then just the sides of my nose, like I normally would. I'm just gonna go in with the brush we used for powder. Just tone it down. Next for blush, I'm just gonna take an angled brush, and I'm gonna use my Kylie Cosmetics Barely Legal blush. It's just like a peachy blush. So I'm just smiling and then doing circles. So I'm focusing on the apples of my cheeks, then blending out. And then I'm putting some on the tip of my nose and where I put the bronzer, just to make it look cohesive. Oof. Got hair in my face. And then next up is highlight. So I'm going to be using this Milani highlight. It's the Strobe Light Instant Glow, and it's in the shade Afterglow. So here it is. And this is just like a champagne highlight. Ooh, that is a lot. Right, I just threw that brush. I got it. Well, I'm not going to use that brush because it's bored. But I will just go ahead and use that powder brush. And I'm just going to tone it down. Okay, hold on, I'll just wipe it off on the back of my hand. Okay, that's good. If you hear like a chirping sound, it's the crickets I have for my gecko. When I get them, they normally don't chirp, but for some reason these chirp a lot. So, I don't know. So if you hear a chirping sound, it's the crickets I have to feed my gecko, Musha. He doesn't really like people. I like held him once and he like jumped all over me and I got scared. So yeah, I haven't tried to pick him up since. So he might be a little feisty. So he just stays to himself. So I just put the highlight on my cheekbones, down my nose. I put some on my forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin. I'm just going to quickly put those products back in my drawer so they're not harboring my desk. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly, and I'm going to look for this brush that I always use so I can prime my eyelids. I always prime my eyelids before I do anything. No, before I do eyeshadow, of course. That's what I tried to say. So I'm just priming my eyes with that MAC Paint Pot, which I got for Christmas last year, and I still have loads of left. It's like 9:30 at night, and I'm filming a video because I got bored. So why not just play around with makeup? In true me fashion, a couple of days ago I got this NYX white liquid liner So I might want to do some like graphic liner, but I'm not sure. So I'll keep it on the side. I actually got a liquid liner this time instead of using those like jumbo eye crayon pencil-y things, because I was just fed up with using them to like try to do looks that like I knew I couldn't do without a liquid liner. So I got a liquid liner. So we're going to dip into the palette, which is probably what you're all here for. I'm not sure if it's upside down. I'm not sure if this is holographic or maybe it's holographic. Holosexuals, please don't come for me. But I think it's holographic because of like the rainbow or iridescent. I don't know. Correct me in the comments below. I think I might want to do like pink because there's a lot of like pinks in this palette. And hi, fan of pink. And yellow, but there's no yellow in this one. So I think I want to use like the pinks and the purples in the palette. I know it's my go-to, so please don't come for me. So yeah. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush like that, and for a transition shade I'm going to dip into the shade picking a transition shade with these palettes is always hard because like a lot of them are really good. Okay, so it's really cool how it starts because it's welcome back to my channel, Wand Noise. As it goes, hi, how are you? And it's like, hi, oh, welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? And it's like the little wand noise. So yeah, but I think I'm going to dip in. I think I'm gonna mix my and back. So this is back and this is my. I think I'm just gonna mix them because they're both pretty light pink shades. So I'm just gonna go back and forth between those two. Sorry if I'm blinding you with the mirror. Okay, crickets, can you like please be quiet? I'm trying to film the video here. So I'm just going to blend that in, well, not blend. I'm just gonna put that in my crease and just blend it. It's just like a light, it might be like my skin tone-ish, so it might not show up camera that much because it's like a light color. That's like a pale pink shade. Well, both of them mixed together make like a light pale pink shade, so it might not show up that much. So if it does, yay. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. And these crickets are really annoying, but Mushu's gotta eat. So I'm just gonna open this palette again and just yada yada yada, dip into those shades again, and then just go over that just so we have something to lay the other colors on top of, you know, just to blend it all together, mix it all together, because you know we got the best of both worlds. And I'm gonna take a reference, anyone. So now that we have done that, I am going to take a smaller brush than the one before. This is the big one. This is like the dad. This is like the mom. I don't know why I made that reference, but we're gonna go with it, okay? So I'm just going to take a brown. So, or like a darkish, shade. So I'm going to dip into this shade right here called Mr. Diva. And it's just darker than the shades we used before. And so far, there is no fallout in the pans from the shades I have used. So there's no fallout. There is no like excess flashback, like, not flashback, like dust off when it comes off the brush. Like when you tap it like it's a normal, like because you're dipping in, it's not excessive. And the mirror is pretty big too, so I could literally just do my whole makeup in this mirror if I felt like it. So yeah. Plus I love the packaging. I love the pink. Pink and yellow are my favorite colors. So I'm a little biased. So I'm taking that Mr. Diva shade and I'm just gonna go over that back and my. So I'm just kind of going over it to deepen it up a tad, just for depth. So I'm going to go into Mr. Diva. I was opening the palette backwards. I like this, like how there's like an arrangements of mattes and shimmers, because sometimes I feel like palettes have too many mattes or too many shimmers, but I feel like there's a decent amount. I feel like it's a good amount. And it's not like crazy overwhelming. Like when I got my James Charles palette, I was a little overwhelmed with it at first because I wasn't sure about it. But I like this palette. I just don't know that much about the greens, if that makes any sense. Like the two greens on the bottom. But like I said, I'll have to play around with it a bit more. So I'm just going to take this Luxie brush. It's a Luxie 237, and I'm just going to blend those two, well, three colors actually, together. I'm just gonna blend them together just to be cohesive and just like make sure it's just all blended. I got this in like an Ipsy bag that my sister gets. So yeah. Excuse me. So I'm going to take, no, not that one. This brush I used to highlight with. I gave my sister some of my brushes and I feel like that was a terrible move. That one's already stained. I don't want to use the brush already stained, but I feel like they're the only ones I got left. Okay, we'll use this one. It's just like a mini version of, I dropped something. I'll pick it up later. So I'm just going to use this one. It's kind of like a small one of the other ones I just used. So I'm going to use a pink now. I'm going to dip into this shade called the Neon Pink in the palette right here, called Self-Made, right there. I want to be careful with this shade because I don't know if it's one of his pressed pigments, because I know he puts pressed pigments in his palette, but my eyes don't really like, I guess, stain, so it should be fine. But then again, every palette is different, so I'm just going to put this right where I put the other colors. And for ultimate opaqueness, I don't know how to speak. So I'm just going to put that in my crease, kind of almost like stamping it in. But I feel like I put too much on the front half, so I will just have to go in. And I'm not like scraping it, I'm literally just like patting the palette because I don't want to, you know, ruin it. So I just took a little bit more, but I also feel like you have to go in with like a steady hand, and probably not as much as I did, because this shade can take you very far. So I'm just going to take a clean brush and kind of just blend that pink in, not inwards, outwards, because it kind of clumped was my fault. I put too much on in the inner corner. So I'm just gonna try to blend that out. And there you go, that looks better. And I'm just gonna flick it. Like that. I don't know if I like this. Hold on. Process of illumination, people. I don't know, my dog's going crazy over it. Probably my sister and my mom. Oof, it looks like I have pink eye. Okay. Don't panic. Why can't I ever do anything right? I always wing out my shadow, but I feel like I winged it out differently. It doesn't look good. Sorry, the dog went into my mom's room and she doesn't like the dog in her room. So I'm just kind of blending this out. I think that looks better. But it's like clumped in the center. I feel like I got it. I feel like I might have brought it up a little too high, but we'll fix it. So the dog did go into my mom's room. I don't know if I was shopping because I told them I was filming. But it's fine. So I'm going to be careful this time. So I'm still taking that shade Self-Made. And yesterday. So I'm just going into the crease lightly. I feel like I should have used a different brush for this, but that's not what happened. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take the brush we applied that brown color with and just see if we can wipe off that color and then dip into Self-Made. Sorry if this is taking so long. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Oh yeah, this is so much better. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to just lightly bring it out. I feel like on camera this looks coral, but it's like a hot pink in real life. So I don't think the camera's doing it justice. Oh yeah, I should have went like from the bottom out, not the top. Okay, so I'm just going back on the other eye, kind of just building up what I blended out. Okay, we Gucci. So this is just a lot of blending, just to get the right color and how vibrant we want it to be. So I'm just going in with Self-Made again. And I'm just gonna build it up over here because when we did that whole blending scenario, we blended out all of that bright color and we want it to be bright. whenever I do eyeshadow looks, I feel like one eye always turns out better than the other. But I feel like we're getting there. So now that that is finally done, we're going to cut the crease. And I'm going to we're just going to use the same brush we used before for the eyebrow. So I'm going to take that concealer that I used before. I'm going to put some of it on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to cut the crease. So if you got pink on your lid, I don't know why I talk like you guys are following along, but because I got a little pink on my lid, and that's not what I typically wanted, I'm just going to take that concealer and just cut the lid. So basically just put the concealer all over my lid and put some on the crease line. So, like so. Oh my god, imagine someone makes a YouTube video, like when people used to like make YouTube videos following other YouTube videos. If someone makes a YouTube video following my tutorial, like that'd be so cool. But no one probably would. You know, I only have 157 subscribers, but I'm grateful for those 157 subscribers, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that 157 of you decided to join my channel. I'd be so grateful if I got to 1K though. Tell your friends, tell your moms, tell your grandmas, your grandpas, your cousins. Yay. I think I put a little too much concealer, so I'm just going to take that brush that's stained with the pink and just yada yada do, and then just add a little more because I took some away because of the concealer. So I think that's pretty good. I don't feel like I'm gonna add any graphic liner to this look, just because I want it to kind of be simple, and I don't really have good liner skills, and I don't want to, you know, do something and then have to scrap it. So the liner was an interesting try, but we're not going to do that. So going back into the Jeffree Star Artistry palette. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's just called the Artistry palette. I wish it had like an actual name, not like Artistry palette, because that kind of reminds me of the James Charles one. But no biggie. But sticking with the theme, I'm going to add this, actually. Should I do one of these sparkle shades? I'm going to do it. So I'm going to dip into the shade down here called Custom Rims. It's like a silver. It kind of reminds me of the silver in the Kylie Cosmetics palette. The Kylie X Jordan one. It's kind of similar to the silver shade in the palette called Marry Me. They're very similar. So I just wanted to show that because that was an interesting topic. I mean, interesting find. So I'm just going to pack that on my lid. Honestly, not gonna lie, this goes on easier than the Kylie one. Because I feel like the Kylie one, I really have to press it in, but this one is just effortless. There is a little bit of fallout here, but there is also a little bit of fallout in the Kylie one, just because it is like a glitter foiled shade. So I'm just going to take a clean brush and just gonna take the brush I used for my powder and just kind of wipe that away. So I'm just gonna dip back into that shade Custom Rims, and I'm just packing. I'm using a packing motion to build it up, and I'm just packing it where I put the concealer. So I'm just going back into Custom Rims again and doing the same thing on the other eye. That Chris Brown song is stuck in my head. I don't even know. I think it's called No Guidance. You got a guy. I don't want to be copyrighted, even though I don't make money off of YouTube. Okay. I like it. And then I'm going to take a small brush like this, and I'm going to dip into the shade 2. It's kind of like a pink shimmer shade, and I feel like that'd go with the eye look. Again, it's just called 2. Like I said, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just sticking this in the inner corner if it wants to be. This is one of the shades you might have to like pack a little heavily to get it to appear, or you could wet your brush. I just don't feel like doing that right now. Okay, there we go. So it's kind of like a pinky iridescent shade. I don't know how I feel about it. Actually, I don't want to go into a different color, so let's just, you know. Just going to, oh, I think that worked a little better. I think it's oddly similar to the kind of silver I put on my lid. So that's why maybe it looks like it's just blending in and not really brightening. There you go. I really like this palette. I think it does give you a vast variety of colors. You can be natural with it. You can use the green shades, kind of spice it up, but it's very natural. You can also do like glam looks, natural looks, like pop of colors. So I really do think the palette is worth it. It is a $35 palette, but if you use the code JStar, it comes down to like $31.50, I believe. And you do get 30 shades on the palette, which is like $1.60 per shade, and it is a compact size. So I think it's worth it. I would highly suggest it. It blended really nice. Only thing is it was my fault that I like put too much at sometimes. So I would say with like the vibrant shades, go in with a soft hand, and if you want, build it up and just make sure to blend, and it's good to go. So I think this is going to be one of my favorite palettes. So I'm just going to finish off this look with mascara and a lipstick. So put my favorite lipstick from Jeffree Star. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to use this travel size Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which also happens to be Jeffree's favorite. I was his favorite for a long time. So I'm just putting a little bit of mascara on. sometimes I feel like I clump my mascara, and that's not a good look. Okay, I think that looks good. I never do lower lash mascara, but here we go. It looks pretty good. I mean, a lot of people put false lashes on. I don't wear false lashes / have false lashes, so that's the look. But I'm going to finish it off with a Jeffree Star liquid lip in the shade Can't Relate. This is my favorite one. It's just a really pretty nude. Ooh, I almost hit myself. I think I might want to put just a little bit of Celebrity Skin on the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Celebrity Skin lip ammo on top. Just to dull down the shine. And I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Summer Solstice setting spray. Oh, okay. Didn't check. Because when I used to use the Too Faced that said it was waterproof, mascara would be all over my face. Sorry, that was my fault. So here's the finished look using the Jeffree Star X Morphe palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Always remember, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear crack, be sit on the inside. Bye guys.